What's up, guys? This is the Paradise City semifinal. So the one major difference is going to be an added 8 stages from the qualifier. So you'll see the same 7, but with this you'll see 8 new stages. You'll also see 1 pocket being blocked. So very similar to the other showdowns, just the only major difference you're seeing is these tables have been shortened. The tiebreaker rules, combo carom, have also been added. But look at what this does, is it takes away the ability to shoot at this pocket. So you need to go about making this shot a different way. That doesn't mean it can't be done. So it just means basically that we can no longer go for the combo shot. So we have to change and shift our plan of attack. And here you'll see that we can get this positioned towards the pocket here. And you'll see that we can kick shot that in. So there you can see we've put 1 ball in. Oh, you know what I forgot about was this combo shot here. And so you'll see that this is what we're going to try for the second, is we're going to go combo. Just like that. And then we should try to do, last but not least, bank in the top. So that is the secret to passing this level, is it's going to be 3 unique shots. From the original setup. So they set up to shoot it up towards that left pocket, but you can see that we have a workaround in place. So make sure that you're utilizing that to your advantage. As you can see, that top pocket being blocked switches up the ability and the way that we need to play this set. So similar here, we're going to have to, and what else are we noticing on this? So we're also noticing that this pocket is blocked, which means that we're going to have to take this shot at some point. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be this very first one, but it can. So the only thing that you might want to do here is just be careful. So be careful with this cue ball, speed-wise. So I'm going to go in the 20s. Oh, and it just missed the pocket there. And as you can see, there's no carom for this. So we can't carom, but we can combo. But if we could get this speed down, that would be the key. That would be the real key here. I'm going to try to break this. Hard left. Try something like this. Not quite enough spin. What I was trying to do is get enough spin on that 2 to pocket it and also get the cue ball away. You can see it looks like I got the cue ball away. We should be good there. So we'll bring this in with the right amount of power. Now we need to do some kind of strategy shot. You can see I leave the ball by the center of the table, and you can see that we can just come in for a kick shot like this. So keep in mind we did add 1 extra stroke that we didn't have to. And we'll try to clean that up on the next time that we play through for the finale. But for this round specific, you can see in 4 shots, we're able to get through there. And similarly here, we can go for, again, we can do, if we want to go combo, this is one way of doing it. We can also just go straight in on the 1 if we want to play it more safe. But I'm going to go for this. Now, the only threat about when you make this is you have to be mindful and hopefully careful that you don't disrupt too much. You can see I actually ended up missing, but it also disrupted 3 and 4. So you got to be careful with what you're doing. But first and foremost, got to make the shot. So not quite able to execute there. And you can see what we're going to do here is I'm just going to play this. Nice little carom shot there. And then with this one, we will back off. Try to get this out of the way if I can. Nice little bank shot there. Yeah, we can use we can do this one a couple different ways. We can either go like this and try to do this, or similarly, we can also go for a carom shot. So carom is just going to tap that ball, and then we need to figure out what to do with the one. Are we going to end up going for a bank? Are we going to try to kick it? Where do we want to leave this ball after we tap this off this blocker ball there? So you can see, and I'm just going to kind of do a stop shot, and I'll show you why. That's my idea, is to be able to get a clean look at this and do it just like this. We'll bring it in at a good speed, hopefully. Oh, it touched that. You can see it actually accidentally touched that blocker ball. I was trying to keep it from avoiding the scratch, and it scratched because it kicked that blocker. So a little bad luck there to finish off the set. We're going to come in here. As you can see, really tough idea. Typically, we'll go one and we'll just pocket it up top, but you can see that this set is being changed, and we have to go about a different way. So where do we go? We go to the side. Here you can see we come in, we do the side. Now we have a decision to make. Not the greatest leave we could have done, but I think we should be okay. Just put some spin on this. As you can see with the spin, we can get this exactly more or less where we want it. It's right here. There you can see where we leave it, down by this pocket. It looks like it's kind of set up for a combo here. However, you got to be careful. As you can see, I've already missed a couple of these by just barely nudging the side of the pocket. So be very careful on those combos. And you know we can't do a carom, so that's out. So we need to think, what else can we do besides carom? Of course, we can go combo. Combo thin is going to be difficult though. So if we go thin, trying to get thin on this, as you can see, going to be too difficult. Of course, we can't bank like this because of the dead pocket. So the other alternative, you can see we might just be a little bit far on the guide, so we can't see the full guide. So we're just going to have to kind of play this, hopefully. You can see I'm playing it right around 50. And we're just going to try to go for combination here without the guide. And you can see I'm just not able to execute that. But you get the idea of what we're trying to do. And hopefully you guys position yourself just a little bit better than I do. Now, one of the things that we should be able to do is maybe tilt this Q angle up. We're going to try to bend it around. Ooh. So it's not going to show the guide if we bend it around. The other thing, you know, similarly with the jump, it's not going to show the guide on a jump shot. So the other option that we have is I can hit a speed-dependent shot and go for a bank. It's not going to be the easiest bank to execute, but you can see down there on that pocket at the bottom, we have a little bit of wiggle room. So even if we overshoot just a little bit, we'll be okay. So what I'm going to try to do is hit a speed-dependent shot, get that Q out of there, Not what we're looking for, unfortunately. So you can see I'm adding just a couple shots here. But this is going to be a nice one for you to just go carom off that blocker ball. Just make sure that you make contact with that blocker ball. And with a low speed shot, it should deflect right into the pocket. So that pocket has been set up like that for you to be able to utilize it like that. You just got to get a clean shot to be able to pull it off. As you can see, not the easiest thing to do when you put yourself out of position though. So be careful with your positioning because you're going to want to make these shots versus just miss them like you can see I'm doing on a couple of these. So what we're going to do with this one is we'll come in here and be very careful, delicate with these pockets. Remember what I mentioned. I'm going to kind of overshoot this to the right just a little bit. It's going to allow me to kind of hit this with a less power shot, hopefully. Something like this. You can see there it is, kicks right into the pocket. So not the easiest to execute to get off and running here, but you get the idea of what we're doing. Similar here, we will come over and we'll put some spin on this. Should be able to shoot this pocket right back towards this pocket here. That's exactly what you can see that I do. We should be able to bank this one. That's exactly what you see me setting up to do. What do we want to do with the cue ball though? This is probably going to be a speed dependent shot, so keep that in mind. What's 30 going to do? Put it somewhere around the 5 ball, it looks like. Oh, just needed just a wee bit more power. So you can see I just gently rolled that. I did want to get this cue ball just a little bit more over here too. So I was just a little bit too light on that power. But you can see that we'll be able to, we could still combo this. We could go, kick shot on the 4. There's a couple different options here. So you don't have to go for just this. But for this one, I am going to go for it. Oh, man. And again, we just gently miss. Switching to a bank shot ball for shots like that could definitely be useful. So definitely keep that tip in mind as well. As you can see, we don't want to be adding up our score by missed shots. So try your best. And you can see, when I see the guide this far, this is a lot easier to execute where I don't have to worry about, is this going to, oh, and it just kicks into the pocket. I was trying to leave it on the edge there, and I just messed that up as well. So as you can see, a little bit sloppy here to finish. We got this ball blocking the pocket as well. May not be the easiest thing in the world here. I'm trying to think of a way that I can miss the blocker, bring this in at the right speed, and hopefully follow with the 5 behind. And it looks like it didn't get out of the way. So I needed just a wee bit more speed. Try to bring that a little bit faster, get it out quicker. But you get the idea of what I was trying to do with that one. As you can see, we kind of sloppily got through that 5th. So if you get yourself out of position, as you guys can see, you can get yourself in a bit of a pickle. And as you can see, this table is kind of a carom table. So it's a good opportunity to use a carom ball. So as you can see, it's very much set up for this specifically. So we'll just go ahead and we'll do like 40 there. We got ourselves in a little bit of a pickle. So you could probably bring that in at a little bit better angle than what I did. We should be able to get ourselves out of this, hopefully. Hopefully, geez. Doesn't look like it's getting above this ball. Looks like it takes 67 to be able to clear this ball. There you can see we just kind of position the ball how we want with the right spin. As you can see, certain spins are going to do this carom, which is what we're trying to execute here. So we're going to go 100. It looks like that's missing. So 100's missing. We're going to go 96. That's exactly what you can see I do. We hop that ball, we go 96, and sure enough, there it is. And again, similarly with the carom, all we need to do is touch this ball. As long as we touch it, we get the carom. The only thing is, this doesn't have kick shot line. And as you can see, you know, we might have to at some point do a kick shot. So that is not a good thing to not have for this set. It'd be nice to sneak this into this pocket. You can see none of the guides seem to be doing that. Is there any spin that we can put on this to cheat that pocket a little bit better? That's the question. You know, I'm thinking maybe some right spin, and it looks like that does work. I think this does work. You can see with the right spin, if you get that position just where you need, you can see that guide shooting into the pocket where we want it. All we got to do is get this power set correctly to where it does what we saw on the guide that we want. Maybe this 60. See if it works. There it is. It does. And we keep it out of the pocket. So all things considered, we were able to take care of that. And like I mentioned, though, the only thing that we don't have is kick shot line. So that means we have to kind of play these shots that we might not want to, which in this case is going to be carom. And the reason that we don't want to play carom in these situations is they're just so out of control. If we did a kick shot, it would be easier. As you can see, I'm just kind of avoiding to switch balls. We're just going to get this right there. That's where we want it. See if we can get clean that up a little bit. Actually, that was not good because it kind of ended up blocking the two altogether. I may be able to slide this over. Nope. So very tricky shot here. Trying to look for something that makes sense. Nothing is coming to mind. Like, how are we going to pocket this too? And really nothing is coming to mind. Thinking maybe left spin, left jump, something. Right jump. Maybe, you know, if we take the right line here, nothing seems to be changing that guide, unfortunately. No spin that seems to change this line to what we want, which is it go towards that pocket. That's a little bit better. Now we got something going here. Not quite enough though. I think we're just gonna have to kind of go for this and just hope that The alignment does what we want. Something along the lines of this. And I was just trying to cheat that into that pocket. Not quite able to do it. But as you can see, we did leave ourselves with a shot. We're just going to have to do a kick shot. So I'm going to just do a gentle, oh man. It was just too much power. And as you can see, it follows it into the pocket. So be careful to not do unforced errors like that. I thought that was light enough. Obviously, as you guys could see, it wasn't. I'm going to switch back. Balls here, just so we can see what's going on and figure out what we want to do the most of. So we could, if we want, we could just play straight pull. The alternative is we got to figure out, do we want kick shots, bank shots, what do we want? So I could have did that with white ball as well. That's definitely a suggestion that I have for you guys, would be to do stuff like that. So that way, you know, you don't waste through 2 balls already, and we've only hit, you know, 1 shot basically. There you can see a nice kick shot. Kick shot's probably my favorite tiebreaker technique to use. There you can see another kick shot. Like I mentioned, I like doing these. I could do these all day. So balls like these are my favorite, personal favorite shots. You guys probably have, you know, certain things that you guys like to do as well. The 10 ball is going to be interesting. The 1 ball is going to be interesting. I'm going to try to avoid those for now. Fortunately, that's still dropped. But as you can see, I've just, you know, I get a little bit lazy. Instead of taking my time, and if I'm like, yeah, it looks like it's going to just sneak in, instead of me readjusting, I'll just go for it. You guys are not better off doing that approach. So you get the opportunity, definitely don't do what I do. And you can see this is potentially a good opportunity to get this out of here. That's exactly what we're trying to do. And we are able to make the bank and avoid that pocket altogether. All of that would have never been possible without a special ball. So these balls can be great. As you can see, that's a perfect case of where I didn't waste. I was able to get away from that pocket entirely. And just look at how much that changes and opens up the rest of this set. So you can see how effective this ball can be. You can see there, another kick shot. I love these kick shots, as I mentioned to you guys. It's like my favorite technique to use. And there you can see is another one. Kick in. And there you can see we make that last one. So after we missed the first shot, we went on a 10-ball run. And let's see what we did with the tiebreaker. This is very similar to what we did. What did I get, 275 last time? Because I think it's because I made 2 balls in 1 or something. So I got just a little bit inflated tiebreaker in my qualifier. So if you guys didn't catch that, that's what I'm referring to. It's the tiebreaker. So a couple different ways to start this one off. As you guys can see, good opportunity when you're starting this one off to go for a kick shot. As you can see, what it does is it just kind of opens up. We're able to shoot this up towards the pocket. And there we pocket it. We can do a couple different things here. You know, one is to go around this way. As you can see, we don't get a clean look at it if we do. The other alternative is a combo shot. So as you can see, this will be a very straightforward combo. If I want to avoid utilizing a new ball, the other thing that we can do is we could just get our alignment down. Get this over this ball. As you can see, it's kind of showing, jumping, multiple things. And look, we can jump, carom. How about that for a shot? So jump, carom. And we're able to keep our tiebreaker. So how about that for a 2-ball set there, 34 points. Nice to be able to get on those 34 points. So definitely hope that you guys can do similar. And again, as you can see, maybe I just switch it up. Carom bank. The only thing missing on this one is also combo. So it doesn't look like we're going to use a combo, but we might. Anything that you think you might use or might need to use, make sure that you equip a ball. Oh man, we scratched. That was, as you can see, worst case scenario. You don't want to scratch because this ball was put here kind of deliberately. So as you can see with this set, do not scratch. As you can see, we are very heavily penalized. I mean, we can't even jump. We're like literally on top of this ball. You can see the best contact because anywhere that I go, this is kind of shooting off to scratch again. So let's just go ahead. We'll break this up. Hopefully get something to fall, which it didn't. So with it not dropping, I'm just going to come over. It looks like we can't do that. And here's that bank shot that we said that we can't do. That combination. So we can't do a combo. The alternative is we need to jump. Jumping's not going to be easy. Because you can see you're going to have to line this up ourselves. Because it kind of doesn't naturally come back on the table well. So we got to get this alignment down. That looks like it was about to do it. Make sure you miss that ball. And there it is. So I was able to pocket it. Unfortunately, 4 shots for that set though. So a miss plus that scratch. So a 417 versus a 234. So how about that? That just shows you how careful you need to be sometimes. That was set up for you to be able to pass it easily, but if you make one little error, you're penalized very heavily. So do keep that in mind when you're going through yours. And fortunately, we have those balls blocking from scratching this time. So a little bit easier set. You just got to take care of business. So make sure that you're doing the necessary things. We have to get this ball out of here in some capacity. So we can't back it up on the rail per se. I mean, you can, but you would need to back it off the rail hard enough that it fires somewhere else. And it looks like I tried to get it to fire somewhere else and it didn't, unfortunately. So let's see what we can do here. You can see we're just going to play a slight curve shot in this situation. We should be able to get this guide how we want it. It's exactly what we're doing. And there you can see it just gently goes over. 3 shots, 3 balls. All of them should have tiebreakers, we hope. 55 points, 3 shots. So make sure that you're taking care of business on those. Couple different ways to go about this, as you can see. Nice little carom here, but you do got to be just a little bit careful with this carom, because you don't want to disrupt the table too much. It looks like in that situation we're good, but we should have did something with the cue ball. I didn't know what. As you can see, with no spin, it kind of gets you out of position. You got to be a little bit careful with that. And it doesn't look like we have enough combo line going that way. Looks like we do this way. Oh, how about that? So cue ball shooting up towards the pocket, just off, and it just speed-wise was just perfect to miss. So we're just able to execute that shot. Again, look at this one. Make sure that you bring it in with good speed. A good speed that you can use. Now the question becomes, what do we do with this 4? There's a nice shot for us, as you can see potentially. See if we can get that to, nope, it double clicks. I figured it might, but I wanted to try it just for you guys, just so you could see. And this is also a nice learning experience, just to be able to see exactly what's happening. You know, it might just be best to play this one straight pull, where it looks like we're just close enough to make contact there. None of these lines shoot towards the pocket, so that's not helpful. This one does. Looks like it's going to be somewhere right in 48 or something. Shoots right towards that pocket. So that's exactly what we did. Nice little way to get back on track there. As you can see, one extra shot though. So we did do a 5. Would have been nice to have a 4. And another nice little setup here. As you can see, we might just execute a jump shot here since we kind of got ourselves in a dicey spot. So we'll just go jump. And as you can see with that jump shot, we're not going to get any extra tiebreakers. But we get ourselves out of a dilemma. We can go back to setting ourselves up for extra tiebreakers. Which is exactly what you see I'm doing. There you can see we kick shot that one in. We needed just a little bit more on that. So all we needed to do is come over just a little bit farther so we could go off this rail. I'm going to still try to get it to bend around. As you can see, I can do it. So you can see exactly what I'm trying to do. We go perfect power to jump off the rail in for the kick shot. So a real cool shot that we were able to do there. So a really nice one there. Looks like this is set up for combos. So you might want to equip something that has combo line. Just go low power here. You can see with the low power, it kind of keeps it by the pocket. A couple different ways to go about this. We can go combo again. Maybe with the right speed here, that 1 goes in as well. So it looks like that was set up intentionally to potentially, oh man, but we missed. Oh, and you know why? It was a power dependent shot and I didn't hit the right power. I forgot that it was not, I was not playing straight pull there. So that was just an unforced error. And you can see it kind of derails me a little bit. But we should, as you can see, they set this up to be able to do a carom. So we did it. They called it combo because it was a combo in action, but it was set up to where we could get a carom out of that, which is cool. I don't really see anything open per se. Is there a spin that we can put on this to get to get that red ball doing something that we want? See, what I'm trying to do is I'm basically trying to manipulate that red ball to shoot towards the pocket. It doesn't look like there's a spin that's going to force it to do that. So we might have to play a straight pull on this shot, unfortunately, because I don't see a lot of angles here that make sense for a risk shot. You might just want to, in these situations, just kind of get yourself out of trouble. Try your hardest to not scratch as well if you can. I think it's somewhere around 30. Oh man, I missed the shot again. How do I keep doing this? I'm not paying attention. Oh, I forgot. We don't have kick shot. So we got to do a bank. Well, we can't. I set up for a kick shot. So I am pretty much forced to switch balls here to something that has kick. So this is kick and bank. Since this is kind of turning into a kick and bank table, we're going to switch to kick and bank ball. Maybe this is a good opportunity. Put some spin. Keep this coming back in the right direction. I didn't really want it to go that far away. I was setting myself up for a kick combo table. And I feel like we got to come back and play straight pull again to get ourselves in position. So again, throwing away tiebreakers. I try to get this at the right speed, and you can see I'm just kind of intentionally shooting it over at the perfect angle. So use your cue ball line to your advantage. And as you can see what that does, it sets us up. Remember, this is a speed dependent on these, so make sure that you're hitting the right speed. And there you can see, not the cleanest, but we were able to get through. And we're going to shoot down here. .27, just keep it low speed, low in control. What do we want to do, guys? You can see the 3 ball is kind of nasty. Looks like with our leave, we didn't give ourselves the best leave. Oh, and this doesn't have a carom line. I think I can do the carom on my own, though, honestly. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to execute, and I just missed it. So definitely switch to the carom ball if you don't have the confidence. As you can see, I was just being a little too confident with mine. Honestly, I feel like I went out of position with that first shot. I got myself in too much trouble. We really need the cue ball down here for something. As you can see, all of the shots are set up strategically down there. I'm not sure. It looks like this cheats in the pocket. They set it up just slide by. Again, another unforced error. So pretty sloppy here. Try to make good contact on that breaker. Pocket the 5. Oh my goodness, it doesn't come off at the right angle. Jeez, I am just making a total mess of this set. So as you can see, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. I kind of just feel like playing straight pull now because this table's so messed up. I've completely just jacked all the balls up on this set. Try to avoid the scratch here. As you can see with the perfect power, we are able to do that. Good opportunity here to do some combinations. Exactly what I'm trying to do. Man, I did not hit that. Oh my goodness, that's so terrible. It's a complete wrong angle there. Just completely mess up this set. So try to keep yourself from making mistakes like this. There you can see we're able to finish that one off. Should have a nice easy combo finish here. And I know this isn't a very good combo ball, but you can see more or less what we need to do. Oh my god, how does it come off and spin straight at the pocket? I wasn't even aiming straight at that ball. Jeez. Just such bad luck on that entire set. And 11, like what a hard finish that is. So that hole specifically, very, very difficult. We're going to switch to a ball that I like to use, which is kick bank. I love driving up on sets like this. I just love being able to, unfortunately nothing dropped on the break. I like to be able to do a lot of kick banks. So that's what you'll see that I set myself up for. With this one specifically, I'm going to try, if we can, cheat this pocket a little bit, send it at the hole, try for a 2 for 1, 3 for 1. The only problem is one of them was in the dead pocket. But a 3 for 1 nevertheless is still a very nice tiebreaker. You can see what we're going to do with this one is we're going to bring this out at an angle with the kick shot to where we just break everything up a bit. I'm going to use just a little bit of angle here. And what's the angle going to do? It's going to let this ball bend. So once you can see this ball bends, it opens up this guide. So it allows us to be able to shoot this shot in for a kick. And we would have not been able to do that otherwise. Unfortunately, no combo line on this. So without a combo line, we got to be a little bit more creative. What we want to do. Might just aim for something else. There we come in. That's another 2 for 1. However, +2 to our score. So we have 2 of those now in that pocket. But we've also made combinations. So we are getting our tiebreaker up. There's another nice little kick shot. As you can see, I just kind of drill these. Like pretty much I just kind of fixate on just these type of shots. As you can see, it's actually pretty easy to do as well. Another reason I really enjoy these is because they're not too difficult for the most part. Now, it does take some practice, and you got to get that speed and technique down, but once you get it, you should be pretty good. We are almost finishing off this set here. Let's see if I can get this out of the way. It looks like I'm having trouble doing so. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to do the combo shot that way, unless I maybe do it with some curl, maybe. Might be able to. Yep. It's getting close. I know that. Doesn't look like it's shooting right where we want it, though. A little bit more angle, maybe. Doesn't look like I can get that all coming off at the right angle, so I'm just going to reset here. Come back to flat. I was assuming that I should be able to shoot it off towards the bottom rail. Not going to be the easiest shot. A little bit of length here. You got to be careful on these. Very easy to just miss, which I feel like that is going to do. So you gotta want to tinker with this until it's just perfect to where you want it. I do recommend taking a little bit of that extra time to get this dialed. I'm having trouble with my finger having it respond the way that I want. I think, oh my goodness, I needed to hit that 100, at least harder than that. So we broke, and the worst part about that is you break up your streak. You got to be so careful to not make a mental mistake like that. And that's kind of why, I didn't want to go for that shot, is because I didn't want to do something stupid like that. As you can see, you get yourself out of position. It's going to take our tiebreaker. Our tiebreaker gets all jacked up when we do that and make that mistake. It's just one little mental breakdown because everything else was so clean. Now you can see we shoot it. We bring this down enough, we should be able to easily kick shot this one. The only thing we have to do is just avoid the scratch. That's it. So as you can see, we bring it in at a perfect speed to avoid the scratch. And there it is. Unfortunately, 18 shots. Keep in mind, 2 of those. So we added 4 strokes to our score there. And we didn't have to. So 101. 1488, and you can see that last 7 and 15 are where you really want to concentrate on racking up points. As you could see, a lot of opportunity there, and you can see set 14 got away from me, like I mentioned. 13, 14, 15, very hard finish here. Hopefully you guys are able to figure that out and do a little bit better than me. But at the best, we're just learning how to play each and every round better and better. So hopefully you guys are as well getting better and better at these. Best of luck out there. Let me know how it goes in the comments section. Feel free to subscribe and like this video, and see you guys next time. Take care.